Hey, A&Pers, this is Dr. Jones checking in. This is A&P1 Lab 4, Video 2? Video 3. I think we're on Video 3. So, we are still working in the brain. These are the ventricles. The ventricles are the fluid-filled spaces inside the brain. So, these spaces inside the brain, if you took a cast of them and made a model of, poured all the fluid out and then put like plastic in and let it harden, then this is the shape that you would get. So these are solid models, but they're modeling a fluid-filled space. So these two on the sides are lateral ventricles. Lateral ventricles, and all these different parts have names, but we're just learning that these are the lateral ventricles. The choroid plexus is going to be the pink stripe. Each ventricle has a choroid plexus, and the choroid plexus is where the CSF, the cerebrospinal fluid, is made. So choroid plexus, and each ventricle has one. Okay, here we have the third ventricle, which is between my thumb and my finger. Now for me, this looks like a dragon, but I'm a sci-fi fantasy kind of a person. So for me, this is the body of the dragon, and then the lateral ventricles are these big elaborate wings. Some people tell me they see more of an eagle, so whatever you see there. This part is the third ventricle. And then the cerebral aqueduct is this long skinny bit. So I'm gonna put a blue pipe cleaner around the cerebral aqueduct, and it's this long skinny bit that's the cerebral aqueduct, and it connects the third ventricle, which is this part, to the fourth ventricle, which for me is like the eagle's feet or the dragon's feet or maybe the branch that it's standing on. So this is the fourth ventricle, and we are gonna spell out third and fourth. T-H-I-R-D for third, F-O-U-R-T-H for fourth. The septum pellucidum is a membrane that runs between these two ventricles, which means two lateral ventricles, which means it's not on this model. But you can see it here on this brain model. It's this kind of weird teardrop shape between the corpus callosum and the fornix. So that clear membrane is the septum, like your nasal septum separates your left nasal cavity from your right nasal cavity. Septum pellucidum. And lucid means clear and is sort of a clear membrane. We also have the term interventricular foramen. And I'm putting a green pipe cleaner around the interventricular foramen. For me, these look like the shoulders. It's where the wing connects to the body, where the lateral ventricle drains into this third ventricle. So here's a green pipe cleaner around one of them. And you can see these are kind of short, and they're interventricular because they connect the two ventricles, the lateral ventricle to the third ventricle. Here's the other one right here. Connects the lateral ventricle to the third ventricle. Now you may be confused because a foramen is a hole, but remember that this is a fluid-filled space that's entirely surrounded by brain. So if you drain the fluid out and don't fill it with plastic to make a mold, then this is a fluid. This is a hole. And this is A&P1, Lab 4, Video 3. The education must go on. Dr. J out.